Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. Today the girls are going to get a much needed upgrade on their watering system. Now, I am going to collect rainwater off the roof of the chicken coop into a blue 55-gallon drum and have it gravity feed over to this automatic water bowl. Now inside the water bowl is a float that will shut the water off when the bowl gets full. So the first thing I had to do was take the bowl off, clean it out, and then the next thing I had to do was empty out the water out of this 55-gallon drum so that I could move it. Now the hole down in the bottom is specific to the shark bite that I am using. It's a 3/4 thread to a 1/2 inch PEX. So I used a 3/4 inch paddle bit to drill that hole, that way that water could drain out. Moved it over. Now with the automatic water bowl cleaned out, I can go ahead and attach that to the framing of the chicken coop. And it's just a couple of deck screws that are holding it in place. And then underneath the base of the water bowl, I did set a couple of those pavers that you're seeing there under the blue drum, just to provide that support for the water dish. You know, chickens, they love to roost on every single thing. It's just absolutely amazing. So once I was able to get this bowl set in place, now it's just a matter of starting to dry fit things and see how they're going to work out. Now a caveat on this adapter that I have here that I'm putting on, I purchased that at Home Depot. It has a rubber gasket in there, but because this bowl is made out of plastic, it's probably easily 5 to 7 years old. I think the plastic may have warped a little bit, so to get a good seal on this, I actually had to use Teflon tape and Teflon putty, as well as the rubber gasket on this PEX fitting. With that being said, now it's just a matter of me attaching pipe, cutting the pipe where I needed to cut the pipe, and then going ahead and crimping the PEX pipe onto the different fittings that will tie it into that 55-gallon drum. So now here is the 3/4 thread to 1/2 inch PEX. It's push to fit for the PEX side, and then the threads here cut a nice groove right into the hole that I cut with the paddle bit. Seated it all the way down in there, had 0 leaks. Now I was anticipating a leak, and I was just going to take a round rubber gasket and put over that shark bite if I did have a leak. But since I did not, life is great, right? Now the other thing that's really cool about me finally getting this particular project done, we have the tropical storm that is going to be coming over this weekend. So if the rain collection works the way I'm hoping it will work, this 55-gallon barrel will be full of rainwater probably after the first day, because they're anticipating 10 inches of rain from this tropical storm. So time will see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We won't know obviously until after the storm passes, but this will have already been edited and uploaded. So I'll have to give you a follow-up on it and let you know. Now the other thing that I wanted to make a point of doing is putting a shut-off on it. The beauty of it is with the shark bite, you can rotate that hose or the PEX pipe around. With having a shut-off, I can disconnect this system from the water bowl right there. Say something happens to the water bowl, but I won't lose all the water out of that 55-gallon drum. It's amazing. Usually Florida has afternoon thunder showers in the summertime every day. You used to be able to set your clock by how often we had our thunder showers and how regular our thunder showers were. Well, it's a lot more hit and miss. So when you're living off-grid and you have an off-grid water system, you definitely want to make sure that you have a backup, kind of like the old saying, 2 is 1, 1 is none. So this is just another backup to my current off-grid water system that I collect off the barn. And the other thing that's really nice about this, say some kind of a family emergency or whatever happens, the girls are never without water. So here I'm just MacGyvering up the gutter system. It's not permanently being affixed in place. If I find that the rain will run off on here and I will be able to capture the rain the way I think it's going to, then at that point I'll put brackets on and put more holes in the roofing product. But until then, I want to just kind of MacGyver it in place for now and then test it. So my initial test was a simple 5-gallon bucket of water, dumping it on the roof and seeing if it would run down into the gutter system, which it did, which that was totally awesome. The other thing I wanted to make sure was having that screen on the bottom part of that gutter going into the barrel would capture any big particulates. And then the third part was to make sure that the gravity was going to be enough to fill the bowl, and that float, it would put enough pressure on that float that it would shut the water down so it didn't just keep running and running and running like a toilet that needs a new flapper. And as you'll see here, it just worked fantastic. The girls, they were like, yeah, this is awesome. And the nice part is I can get rid of the metal galvanized water as you come into the chicken coop right there. Here I'm just double checking for leaks, and again, this right here was after I went back and I put Teflon tape on it and Teflon putty, and it worked fantastic. I had no leaks at all. Alrighty then. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Have an absolutely wonderful and blessed day. I'll see you next time on How I Did It.